Why is Zendaya's The Odyssey jewelry so controversial? Ancient earrings explained. When Zendaya stepped onto the red carpet for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey press tour, fans expected another unforgettable fashion moment. Instead, one elegant accessory stole the spotlight for an entirely different reason. Her gold earrings quickly became the center of a worldwide debate, with historians, archaeologists, fashion experts, and social media users all asking the same question: were these really ancient artifacts, and should they have been worn at all? At first glance, the earrings looked like another luxurious designer creation, but reports soon revealed they were far more extraordinary. The earrings reportedly featured genuine ancient gold medallions believed to date back nearly 2,700 to 3,000 years, making them some of the oldest objects ever seen on a modern Hollywood red carpet. That revelation instantly transformed a fashion headline into an international conversation about history, ethics, and cultural heritage. The medallions are believed to be associated with the Ziwiye Hoard, one of the most famous collections of ancient treasures discovered in northwestern Iran. Dating back to around the 7th century BCE, the collection includes remarkable gold plaques, jewelry, ivory carvings, and decorative objects created during the early Iron Age. These artifacts are admired not only because of their age, but also because of the incredible craftsmanship displayed by ancient Persian artisans. Every engraved line, animal figure, and decorative symbol tells a story from a civilization that flourished thousands of years before the modern world. According to reports, the ancient medallions were mounted into contemporary earrings using a reversible setting designed to avoid permanently altering the original artifacts. The jewelry was reportedly loaned by London based gallery Baron, which specializes in historical jewelry and rare antiquities. Supporters argue that the mounting process respected the integrity of the artifacts while allowing people around the world to appreciate their beauty. However, not everyone saw it that way. Within hours, criticism began spreading across social media. Many archaeologists and historians argued that objects with such historical significance belong in museums, not on celebrity red carpets. Their concern wasn't about Zendaya personally, but about the broader principle of using priceless archaeological artifacts as fashion accessories. Even if the pieces were carefully protected, critics questioned whether ancient cultural treasures should ever leave controlled environments simply to become part of a promotional event. Another reason the controversy became so intense is the complicated history surrounding the Ziwiye Hoard itself. Unlike many archaeological discoveries that were professionally excavated, the Ziwiye collection has long been surrounded by debates regarding its discovery, documentation, and ownership. Over the decades, various objects believed to belong to the hoard entered museums and private collections across different countries. Because of this uncertain history, discussions about cultural ownership remain highly sensitive. For many Iranians, these ancient artifacts represent much more than beautiful objects. They are symbols of a rich civilization that existed thousands of years ago and form an important part of the country's cultural identity. Seeing items connected to that history transformed into celebrity jewelry understandably made some people uncomfortable. Many argued that these treasures should remain accessible for education and preservation rather than becoming exclusive luxury accessories. At the same time, others defended the decision. Supporters pointed out that historical jewelry has been worn by royalty, collectors, and museums for centuries under carefully supervised conditions. They argued that displaying authentic ancient craftsmanship before millions of viewers could encourage public interest in archaeology and ancient Persian history. In fact, within days of the controversy, internet searches related to the Ziwiye Hoard, ancient Persian jewelry, and Iron Age gold craftsmanship increased significantly as curious people tried to learn more about the story behind the earrings. Fashion historians also emphasize that historical artifacts often inspire modern design. Luxury brands regularly recreate ancient styles, motifs, and techniques. In this case, however, the debate intensified because the earrings reportedly contained genuine ancient components rather than modern replicas inspired by history. Interestingly, Zendaya herself has remained silent about the controversy. She has not publicly commented on the earrings or responded to the growing debate. Instead, most discussions have focused on the stylists, collectors, and gallery responsible for selecting and lending the jewelry. Many fans argued that celebrities frequently wear pieces chosen by professional styling teams and may not always be involved in researching every historical detail behind each accessory. The timing of the controversy also made it especially fascinating. Zendaya is portraying Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, in Christopher Nolan's highly anticipated adaptation of The Odyssey. Her entire press tour wardrobe has embraced classical elegance inspired by the ancient world. Gold jewelry connected to history naturally complemented that theme. Ironically, however, instead of generating conversations about the film itself, the earrings became one of the biggest talking points of the entire promotional campaign. The debate also raises an important ethical question that extends far beyond Hollywood. What should happen to ancient artifacts that survive for thousands of years? Should they remain exclusively inside museums where they can be studied and protected? Or can they occasionally appear in carefully controlled public settings if doing so inspires millions of people to learn more about history? Museums exist to preserve humanity's shared heritage. Archaeologists dedicate entire careers to carefully studying ancient objects because even the smallest detail can reveal valuable information about forgotten civilizations. Wear patterns, craftsmanship, materials, and decorative symbols all contribute to our understanding of the past. That is why many experts believe artifacts should remain protected under controlled conditions whenever possible. On the other hand, history only remains meaningful if people continue engaging with it. Supporters of the earrings argue that this controversy introduced millions of younger viewers to ancient Persian history for the very first time. Many people who had never heard of the Ziwiye Hoard suddenly found themselves reading about Iron Age civilizations, ancient goldsmithing, and archaeological preservation. In that sense, one fashion moment accomplished something museums often struggle to achieve, capturing global attention. The story also highlights how dramatically social media has changed modern celebrity culture. Decades ago, people admired fashion without knowing much about its origins. Today, every necklace, bracelet, ring, or earring can be traced within minutes. Online communities investigate designers, historical references, cultural significance, and ethical concerns almost instantly. Fashion has become closely connected with education, history, and public accountability. Whether people support or criticize Zendaya's earrings, one thing is undeniable: they started an important conversation. Some see the jewelry as a respectful celebration of ancient craftsmanship that introduced Persian history to millions of new viewers. Others believe priceless archaeological artifacts should never become wearable accessories, regardless of how carefully they are handled. Neither perspective dismisses the value of history. Instead, both sides share the same goal: protecting humanity's cultural heritage. The disagreement lies in determining the best way to preserve and present that heritage for future generations. As discussions continue, the earrings have become much more than a glamorous fashion accessory. They now symbolize the complex relationship between celebrity culture, archaeology, ethics, and historical preservation. A single pair of ancient gold medallions transformed a movie press tour into a worldwide conversation about the responsibility we all share in protecting the stories of the past. Perhaps that is the greatest lesson from this controversy. Fashion can be beautiful, history can be inspiring, and cultural heritage deserves respect. Finding the right balance between those three ideas will likely remain a topic of discussion for years to come. Whether you believe the earrings belonged on the red carpet or inside a museum, they have already accomplished something extraordinary. They reminded millions of people that objects created nearly 3,000 years ago can still spark powerful conversations in the modern world.